Passengers 2016 is a science fiction romance set in the distant future, where humanity is capable of long space travel to colonize other planets. The story begins on the spaceship Avalon, which is en route to a distant colony planet called Homestead II. The ship is carrying over 5,000 passengers and crew, all in a state of hibernation for a 120-year journey. However, 30 years into the journey, a malfunction occurs, and one of the passengers, Jim Preston, wakes up from his hibernation pod prematurely. Jim, an engineer, is initially unaware of why he woke up alone. He soon realizes that there are still 90 years left in the journey, and he is the only one awake, meaning he will live out the rest of his life alone aboard the ship. He tries various ways to return to hibernation or seek help, but all attempts fail. Over the course of a year, Jim falls into despair, experiencing loneliness, boredom, and frustration. His only companion is a robot bartender named Arthur. During this time, Jim becomes infatuated with Aurora Lane, a writer who is still in hibernation. After battling with his conscience, Jim makes a morally complex decision. He manually wakes Aurora up by sabotaging her pod, knowing that she will face the same fate as him. He doesn't tell her the truth, instead leading her to believe that her pod malfunctioned like his. As the two spend time together, they form a close bond and eventually they fall in love. Aurora believes that their waking up together was a tragic accident. However, after some time, Arthur unintentionally reveals the truth to Aurora that Jim woke her up intentionally. Feeling betrayed, Aurora is devastated and enraged, accusing Jim of condemning her to die on the ship with him. Their relationship breaks down, and Aurora avoids Jim, struggling with her feelings of anger and the loss of her future. Soon after, the Avalon experiences a series of malfunctions that threaten the entire ship and the lives of everyone on board. Jim and Aurora are forced to work together to discover the root cause of the ship's failures. They find out that the ship's reactor is damaged, and without immediate repair, the entire vessel will be destroyed. With the help of Gus Mancuso, a crew member who wakes up due to another malfunction, they manage to access critical parts of the ship. However, Gus's body suffers from a malfunction in his hibernation pod, leaving him severely injured and only able to offer guidance before he dies. In a life-or-death situation, Jim sacrifices himself to save the ship by manually venting the reactor's overheating core. He nearly dies in the process, but Aurora saves him at the last minute. In the aftermath, Aurora faces a choice. She could use the ship's medical pod, which has the ability to put one person back into hibernation, allowing them to complete the journey and arrive at Homestead II. Aurora, however, chooses to stay awake with Jim. The two continue their lives together aboard the ship, and in the film's final scenes, we see that they have built a life together, filling the once empty ship with plants and a sense of home for their remaining years. As the movie ends, the crew and passengers wake up at the end of the journey, discovering the legacy Jim and Aurora left behind. The story of Passengers explores themes of isolation, moral dilemmas, love, sacrifice, and the human need for companionship in a setting far from Earth.